Welcome back. It's a Wednesday, the 9th of March. It's a new day, everyone. It's weird being back in Erebonia proper. It's weird that the Transcontinental Railroad is clearly fixed. Means they fixed the bridge and everything. That'll hide it, no one will know what that is. Why cover it in a tarp? Like, why? Oh, it's good to be back at Trista. What's that about? The one petal. Why take the train with Rean? Why not just use Valimar?
Sorry about that, Valimar. Can't imagine it was a very pleasant trip for you, all bound up like that.
It did not present a problem. I will now enter an inactive state and allow the cams to perform maintenance.
Thanks. Well then, I'll leave him with you.
Sure thing. We'll take good care of him.
Alright.
By the way, it's a real honor to be entrusted with the famous Ashen Knight.
Welcome back, Rean. You must be exhausted.
Not really. I barely did anything. Everything went off without a hitch, mostly thanks to Valimar's power. Not to mention the planning of your people.
You're annoyed, I take it.
Really? Oh, I don't know. It might be slightly miffed.
By the way we do things.
Not really. Regardless of the means, the war coming to a swift end was a good thing for everyone. As for what happened to Crossspell, I'm not in any position to talk. No, those aren't what bother me. I can buy that you had no idea Rufus was an Ironblood, but did you really not know about my real father?
I didn't have any hard evidence, but I did suspect that might be the case.
I genuinely forgot that was revealed at that point. It's been so long.
You just seemed somehow similar. The air about you, your facial features. I was always puzzled by how fascinated he was by your class as well.
I see. Excuse me then.
Rean. That wasn't the only reason I worried about you, you know. Not that I could possibly tell him that.
Aww. Well, sucks for you. Trista Station, where my journey began. Sort of. I mean, it began at the fortress, but you know what I mean.
I'm behaving like such a child.
I mean, you have every right to.
It's hard to believe it's been a whole month since I was here last. Guess it didn't snow after all.
Tower.
It's not like the excitement of that day has faded away or anything. So why? Why do I feel so cold?
Because it's March, mate. It's a bit chilly.
Huh? Oh, Lino flowers.
Welcome back, Rean.
This feels strange for me because it's, again, coming from like Azure and stuff like that. It's like this feels like a welcome back to me.
Welcome back.
In the previous part.
What are you doing standing there? It's not like you to wallow in nostalgia. Did the flowers get to you?
You all came to see me.
They started budding just yesterday. Should be in full bloom in about a week. Guess some of them couldn't wait.
I guess not. It's good to be back, you guys.
Agreed. We're all so happy to see you again.
You must be wiped out after all you did, though.
I'm fine, actually. It really wasn't that tough. Still, did all of you really come out here just to welcome me back?
Why wouldn't we?
It's not like we second years have any lessons to worry about this time of year.
Besides, I already had to come out here because of Valimar, so I figured I might as well say hi to you too.
Technically, the first years are supposed to be in class right now, but I turned it into a self-study period instead. And that was only possible because everyone's favorite captain told us exactly when you'd be arriving.
Really now. It's nice to see you here too, Celine.
Well, don't think I went out of my way to be here or anything. But given the way that you were acting when you left, I was a little worried about you. I mean, I wasn't. Not at all.
Still, thanks everyone.
So what now? Going back to your dorm for some well-earned rest?
We can carry your stuff for you if you want.
No, I'm fine. You said that class is in session right now, right? I'm a student, so I might as well attend. I mean, I have been absent for a month now.
Wow, you're no fun at all. I was hoping we could skip the whole class thing and get to the welcome back party.
I like that idea. Come on, it's party time!
Am I the only one who cares about studying at this school?
Well, maybe we can hold the party tonight instead.
In that case, we should probably head back to the academy.
A moment with Toa.
Oh, Rean? By the way, welcome back.
Yeah.
Thanks, Toa. I'm happy to be back.
Winter's End.
I'll never forget those days. The final weeks we spent together as a class are like dazzling jewels forever etched into my memories. I cherished every last moment. I never wanted it to come to an end. But time stops for no one. The minutes and hours kept passing, and our days together were slowly coming to a close. After what happened, Valflame Palace soon returned to its original form. It was almost as if everything that took place there was some sort of dream. People's memories of that day started becoming vague. Many were convinced it was some kind of collective hallucination.
I'm sure I remember a tree as well off in the distance. It's nonsense.
That may have been in part a result of the chaotic days that followed, brought about by the Chancellor and Rufus. After the war, the entire country feared that Calvard would invade Crossbell and try to take it for its own. Using that to his advantage, Rufus quickly convinced the nobility to support him, pledged to cooperate with the Chancellor. And in January 1205, the combined forces of both Imperial and Provincial armies invaded Crossbell. Crossbell no longer possessed the weapon of mass destruction that had annihilated Gorelia Fortress. Thanks to that, the city was occupied in a mere day, with no bloodshed. Calvard was quick to react, sending countless airships to try and drive the Imperial forces out. However, between Rufus's leadership and the combined might of the tanks and soldats under his command, they were quickly repelled. As for me,
I'm surprised that didn't spark a bigger war, to be honest.
Chancellor Osborne's words became the reality. Valimar and I were heralded as those responsible for Heimdall's liberation. And as the purported hero to the nation, I'd received and accepted a request in February to back up our forces in Crossbell. It was there that I found myself suddenly leading numerous soldats and fighting off the Republican army. Before I knew it, everyone around me was referring to me as the Ashen Chevalier. Time kept flowing, and mid-March came. The month in which Class 7 would finally say their goodbyes.
Oh, several days later, everyone. Saturday.
And that brings our history review right up to the dawn of the modern era.
Did this raise his questions? About him there, thinking about it.
Next week, we'll be covering the 50-year period from the Orbital Revolution up to the present day. We're blowing through this material a lot more quickly than I would otherwise, so try to keep up with your reading. Oh, and Emma and Machias, if you see anyone struggling, try to help them out, okay?
I fully intend to.
Leave it to us. I've got plenty of good reference books on the subject.
That would be very helpful, actually.
Sounds like a pain. Oh well.
I do happen to have a few gaps in my knowledge of the Revolution.
I should be able to help out with the technological side of things if you guys need it. I'm guessing we're gonna run into that Schmidt guy's name a lot too.
Well, he was one of the 3 leading disciples of Professor Epstein, so yeah.
It'll feel strange seeing his name in textbooks, knowing how he is in real life.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing to think we were able to meet him though.
Mathematics.
All right, like I said, I'll be giving a quiz next week on everything we've covered up to now. Which means it'll cover quadratic functions, factorizations, sets, logic, and probability. Oh, and if I'm feeling really mean, there might be a little calculus in there. So, study for this one.
That's a lot.
I'm getting depressed just thinking about it.
Sounds more like he's reciting some kind of curse.
It is all material we've covered in class before, you know.
It'll be worth going over the most basic formulas at the very least.
That's just trails right there, politics and ethics.
That sums up this lecture on the structure of the stock market in Erebonia. Next week, we will hurry on and study unemployment and inflation problems. You're also going to be taking part in a debate on those issues, so make sure each of you are well prepared.
What kind of debate? A debate. It's when people are divided into groups for and against something, then they argue their viewpoints.
So weird to be back here. Again.
After much consideration, I've decided we will use our remaining time to listen to and enjoy music from all manner of genres. From famous classics to popular modern music, I've gathered records of all kinds for you to enjoy. I even managed to borrow music from a hot new genre like heaving metal, I believe it's called. Oh, I wonder what that sounds like.
Heaving metal? Dear, oh dear.
Nice work, guys.
Homeroom.
You poor kids must be exhausted. Feels like all your other instructors are dead set on cramming your brains with as much material as humanly possible.
Again, I just have that feeling of like, it feels like coming home again.
I want to crawl into a hole and die.
Alright, fair enough.
You said it.
Still, this is exactly how we wanted it.
Right.
They're doing it for our sake, so I don't mind it so much.
There's no way we could cover everything in class, so it's sweet of them to give us the bullet points while they still can.
It's paying off for us in the long run, yeah, so we owe them a lot.
Forcing you to try and keep up with us is a little unfair of us, though.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do all of this again next year.
Are you sure you're fine with this arrangement?
Of course. This is to my benefit, too. If I get all of this crammed into my head now, maybe I can even come out on top on next year's midterms.
Well,
that's some confidence.
I wouldn't be surprised if you actually did it, though.
He did come in 7th in the midterms this year, remember?
I'm probably just being too optimistic.
Nah, I wouldn't say that.
Guess we'll know for sure next year.
Anyway, tomorrow's the day you've all been waiting for. Your next free day.
I do enjoy the free days.
I know you've got enough schoolwork to choke a horse, but try to carve out a little time for your clubs and all that youthful jazz. The forecast for tomorrow is clear blue skies. Might be the perfect chance to sneak off and get into some ooh la la with that special someone.
Oh my.
And truly, you teach us all by living your life as a shining counterexample.
Spoken like a true lifetime member of the Lonely Hearts Club, instructor.
Hey! I'll have you know that there are plenty of guys who would do anything for a private lesson with yours truly.
But if that many men are interested in you, how come you spend so much time drinking alone in your room?
Ouch.
I think the polite thing to do here is just smile and nod.
If you keep setting your sights on guys like Laura's dad,
you might as well just buy a couple cats and get it over with.
It does seem like she's fighting an uphill battle to find a good match.
Just you wait, guys. In 2 weeks, when you see the hordes of chiseled, elegant gents draped over me, we'll see who has the last laugh.
Time really does fly. It's hard to believe our last free day is tomorrow.
Yeah, it felt like we still had more time.
For me, it feels like it's been ages since I last had one.
I suppose it would.
Were you able to rest up at all while you were away?
Not really. It was basically work, work, work the whole time. I did get taken into Crossbell City during what time off I did have, but I can't say I felt very comfortable there.
Couldn't even buy a balloon. The balloon seller had gone missing.
I'm sure.
Indeed. That must have been more painful than anything.
To the people of Crossbell, we Erebonians are aggressors. I can hardly imagine they would welcome us with open arms.
That doesn't sound like it'd stop Lecter from living it up over there, though.
Nope.
He did take me to a casino once, actually.
Baka!
He won so much, he might as well have been cheating.
Shocking.
It always feels like people who like gambling really like it, huh?
Oh.
So, does anyone have anything planned for our free day? Remember, it's the very last one, so make it count. We wouldn't want to end the day with any regrets.
True enough. Although, I wonder if I'd end the day regretting that it has to end in the first place if we made it too much fun.
I've got so much that I want to do, I'm not sure where to start. I know I want to attend practice, at least. Oh, same. I've got to go taste test some new dishes for the cooking club, plus Kershus has a new menu up, and...
How many stomachs do you have?
Will you be helping the student council tomorrow, Rean?
That's the plan. It sounds like Toa will finish handing all her work over to the others today, but they're bound to be busy. So I thought it'd be nice to take some of it off their hands, whether they like it or not.
Ah, Rean, ever the reliable gopher.
That's a very you response.
If there's anything we can help with, let us know, okay?
Well, I guess I'd better get going. I could go straight to the student council room, but it's my first time back in over a month, so it would be nice to take a walk. Maybe I should go and see how Valamar's doing too. This brings back memories. Right. I might as well walk around for a bit. I do need to get to the student council room, though.
Indeed. Classes are now over for the day, and you can walk around the academy grounds freely. After visiting the building accessible through the engineering building and speaking to Toa in the student council room, the story will advance. Oh, you can change your character's costume by selecting the costume you... We know that. No, we know. Ah, the music. It's just... To tell you the truth, I've been feeling kind of jealous of your class lately. I mean, I know things are tough for you and your classes are way harder than anyone else's, but it just seemed like you're having so much fun together and nothing ever gets you down. It looks so nice. Oh yeah, did you hear about the flea market they're doing over in the auditorium tomorrow? Melinda and I have just got to go see what they've got. Hello. I don't think anyone expected the trouble in Crossbell to come to an end so quickly. This goes to show the sorts of things Chancellor Osborne is capable of. Of course, attributing that solely to him would be ignoring all of your hard work. Hardly. I did what I was told. Rean, try not to let your spirit sink, okay? As hard as it may be. Try not to let the world bring you down, okay? I'm sure everything will work out. Adios is always watching over us after all. I've decided to join a military band in the Imperial Army after I graduate. I want a career that gives me the chance to show people the strength of music. And where better to show strength than in the military? It'll let me put the skills I picked up at the academy to use too. I'm showing people the strength of music just in the military now. Just have to make sure I put the skills I picked up at the academy to use. You know about the flea market tomorrow, right? Well, the wind orchestras are going to be performing on the auditorium stage in the afternoon for a little background music. Just one fun thing after another at Thor's, isn't it? We'll be performing for the flea market tomorrow. Hardly wait. It's going to be a blast. We had to pick a new head for the wind orchestra a while back, so obviously I put my name forward. But everyone voted for Bridgie. She didn't even volunteer to be a candidate in the first place. I really wanted it too. Why nobody voted for me? What a mystery. Oh well, I'm sure Bridgie will make for a great leader. Sounds like things are going really well with Alan too. Uncle Makarov and Instructor Mary could stand to learn a thing or two from them. I wonder how Alan did against Patrick today. Hopefully well, after the energizing lunch I made for him. Guess trying to support your significant other in every way possible is just part of being in love. Aww. It's officially been 3 months since I started dating Alan. It's so cute the way he always tries to act so serious, even when we're alone. Might even be cuter than... I received a job offer from the Zemurian Railroad Corporation, so that's where I'll be working after graduation. They're going to be introducing something called a buffet car to certain trains, apparently, and they want my help with it. Certainly didn't see myself working for a train company, but traveling the country, concocting new dishes sounds like a dream. They give me a chance to see how this nation is shifting from a variety of places too. The Zemurian Railroad Corporation offered me a job, so I decided to take it. It's kind of sad to think that my time in this club's coming to an end, though. Suppose that's life. Milliam's too, come to think of it. She seems happy enough on the outside, but I wonder how she feels deep down. Yeah, she's just sat there. Weird to think tomorrow's the last free day of the year. I'm gonna have to go exploring. Better start drawing a map and planning out the day now. I don't waste a single hour. Only got one last day to explore. I'm gonna make sure I see everything there is to see around here. Starting with that cool-sounding flea market they're doing in the auditorium. Indeed. Run, run. I brought Linda some of the flowers I grew in the gardening club to use as a model for her painting. Do you want some too? They're They smelled super sexy, just like me. What? Good sniff of them will cheer you up in no time. I'm kidding. I do appreciate the thought, but I think I'm good on flowers, for now. Now, what into some flowers, I grew in the garden club to use a model for painting, but who'd want to paint some lousy flowers when they have a pretty Vivi just waiting to pose for them? Her loss? No, I don't. Not Vivi. Lindy. I'll be taking over Clara's position as head of the art club when she graduates. Not that I feel like I'm up to the task, but that won't stop me from trying. I can't live in fear of overstepping my comfort zone. Not with you all doing what you're doing. Still don't feel like I'm quite ready to take over the art club. If I don't do it, nobody else will. Can't live in fear of stepping out of my comfort zone forever, can I? No. I wasn't able to figure out why painting felt so empty to me this past month. Oh, not until you came back. All of a sudden, that emptiness is completely gone. Clearly, I like your company. Clark always says that paintings reflect the heart of their artists. Looks like she was absolutely right. Your paintings are nothing. Paintings really do reflect the heart of their artists. Clara definitely knows her stuff. If I can only paint when you're around, I'm in for some rough times. You're not painting anything. Extenuating circumstances have led me to opening an exhibition in Heimdall. More specifically, our club advisor took the liberty of showing off the piece I made during the war to everyone she could. Now I've got people saying they want to become my sponsors or some garbage like that. None of that matters to me. Just wish they'd shut up and let me work. Well, I suppose it's not all bad. They're offering me an awful lot of money, apparently. Use that to set up my own atelier. Yep, away from anyone who would try to talk to me and distract me from my work. Rean. Oh dear. We should check the roof. Go there manually. You know, walking. No one over there. There we go. It's nearly time for me to bow out of my academic career. Have the preparations been made for my return to my family's lands, Serifa? Of course, everything is arranged for you to start managing them from the moment you arrive. I've also finished networking with all of the other second years so that you may remain in contact with them. Splendid. All is well then. With the Empire as it stands, it is more imperative than ever that we fresh young graduates stay connected. What better contact for maintaining those connections than Vincent Floral, noble and patriot? Can feel the inspiration from here, Master Vincent. My remaining time at this academy shall be as sad and beautiful as this sunset sky. Nary a dry eye will be seen in these halls. While my responsibilities in administering the Floral family lands and unifying the graduating second years will deny this fine institution my presence, I shall live on in the memories of my dear sister and the hearts of the fair, beautiful maidens of this academy. I apologize for interrupting what is clearly a deeply emotional moment for you, but I can sense Lady Margarita's imminent approach. Serifa, we must flee at once. Tonight will be spent on the lamb at the cafe in Trista. As long as Master Vincent refuses to elucidate his intentions, I fear this cycle will only continue to repeat. He must either cataclysmically decline her advances or accept her with open arms and puckered lips. There's no middle ground. Oh dear. Hello. Do you know how tough it is to do these special lessons for you kids? Got more than enough on my hands with just one set of lessons. You guys just had to have your own, didn't you? I'm sure it's a ton of work. I really can't thank you enough for doing all of this for us. Whatever. Yeah, my current workload's a headache, but I'm sure it'll be upgraded to a migraine when next year rolls around. Due no small part of that damn building over there. The one that's supposed to house Valimar and all of the soldats. Imperial Army asked the Academy to build it, didn't they? Yeah, asked isn't really the right word, though. It's not the first time. They made us take those combat shells, too. Even made me help with it since I worked on that Tachi. Just finished it up a few days before you came back from Crossbell. I didn't know that. They haven't given us any soldats to put in there yet, but probably just a matter of time. I bet they're going to be as common on the battlefield as tanks soon enough. Yeah. Kinda scary to think how much has changed in Erebonia. Already since the end of the war. This is probably only the beginning. Well, that's life. Nothing stays the same forever. Just don't spend so much time worrying about the future that you forget about what's happening in your life right now. Basically, don't freak out about the future of Erebonia when you've got your own shit to deal with. Like next week's test. Be sure to study extra hard for this one. Maybe I should drop by that building and pay Valimar a visit later, though. Maybe. Honestly, you'd be better off if you didn't sweat what's to come. You're a student. Act like it. Your biggest worry should be the test next week. Today's materials are going to be on it, too, so you might as well start studying. Alright, well, I'm thinking we'll end this part here. And the next part we'll carry on our rounds that we're doing. Maybe see if we can go to Trista or all that type of stuff. So we'll see you then. Ta-da for now.